Hello, everybody. Welcome back to our podcast channel on Duocast. I'm your host, Khushi. I'm an FST 20 pilot. And today we have a guest that I've been so excited to, have on our podcast in such a long time. It's been, okay, so let me introduce you first. Here is my very dear friend, I can say at least for now,
Yes,
Captain
please.
Vivek.
Hello, everyone.
Yeah.
Hi, Kushi.
Hello. I've been actually wanted to have you on this podcast for so long because I think you have something that a lot of pilots that I see these days in
Yeah,
airlines or even general with my friends, they don't have that. And what I mean by that one quotient that you have is you've not drifted or you've not gotten swept away with
mhm,
how the aviation industry is currently working or what people think. Okay, I'm
right.
saying what people think.
Yeah,
Could be like a lot about say partying or like just like a lot of
right.
bad, not bad things also, but like जो भी negative थोड़ा सा aspect
An
होता
unhealthy
है, the
lifestyle or
unhealthy
way of
lifestyle and
being.
everything like that. So you've not gotten swept away by it.
Right.
And I think that is to start off with. Like I wanted to ask you that was it always something that had in you, or there was some like incident that happened in your flying days, maybe during training or once you became like in an airline pilot,
Mm,
that made you, I need to stick to what I am than just like get into what
right.
others are into.
Uh, Thank you, first of all. Like, I would take that as a compliment.
It is, yeah,
And I don't think I have stayed away from or that part of aviation. I've had my days where we've been reckless about the way we live and conduct ourselves. Although what really matters is the reason why you get into it. And for some people, it's the love of flying, or for some people, it is probably to a better life. For some people, it's maybe a few other things. But one of my reasons to be in aviation was uh, fitness, in the sense that if my job requires me to be fit, then I will bloody well make sure that I stay fit,
correct.
right? So that has sort of helped me along the way, wherein if ever I've strayed into a unhealthy lifestyle,
Yeah,
I've had to bring myself back and stay disciplined. And we all have our struggles with the way life pans out,
yeah,
but I think it is for the love of the job or the responsibility that I take care of myself. More than physical health, it's also like
the
mental health
mental aspect of it.
and
Yeah,
your mindset and the way you think and deal with things. So even like aviation requires you to stay in a good mental space as well in
always.
order
Yeah,
for you to take care of that
correct.
responsibility. If you want me to highlight a turning point or a pivot point,
Yeah,
then that I would call becoming a captain to be that point,
okay.
because now it is no longer just going to work and taking care of a job.
Yeah,
As a first officer, I had to do what the captain expected me to do.
yeah, you still have like somebody you can rely on if
Yeah,
things go south.
yeah. But as a captain, maybe whether is it in spirit or it is legally or it is in the true sense of it, you are responsible for the airplane and your crew and the passengers
Yeah,
and yourself. Now what do you do? Like, you have to do everything in your power to make sure that you do a fair job. And I believe it starts there, like your the part of your responsibility towards your passengers and your aircraft and your team starts with you taking care of yourself.
hmm,
So I think that's where the perspective shifted and things became a lot more serious.
correct. So, but like, how did you like? This is a question that everybody asks, even during interviews or
Mm-hmm.
whatever. Did you always want to become a pilot?
We all did, right?
You did?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, because
Every kid who sees an airplane, I think, wants to or imagines for them to become a pilot.
hmm,
And when I grew up, you couldn't even see an airplane. Like, if you go to an airport, you can't really spot flights as
yeah,
easily as,
correct, correct, correct.
like, it's
Abhi
a
to
lot
fir
more
you can
commonplace
correct,
now
correct,
to
correct.
even travel by air, right?
Mm-hmm.
But when we were kids, it wasn't that common.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it was still very fascinating. And I think it's a guy thing to be into like cars and bikes and those kind of things. So
And I just
vehicles
have
and
a
moving
bigger
stuff,
toy.
it's just a bigger toy.
Just I
Yeah,
get airplane.
absolutely.
But I have spoken to a lot of my friends and not who are in aviation,
Hmm.
but whenever sometimes I do feel like asking, especially my guy friends, like,
Hmm.
because that's more inherently in men.
Yeah.
Okay. I asked them, like, why did you never feel like becoming a pilot? And they just said that, it's just so much responsibility. I don't want to take that.
Right.
But because, that speaks a lot about a person's, I think anybody who is in aviation could be a pilot crew, ground staff. responsibility lies in every way, because like one
Yes.
mistake from you can hamper a lot of further mistakes.
Yeah.
You might not be quoted on it, but then there's a lot of things that can happen afterwards. So
Yeah.
you, like, since the beginning, were you always a person who liked taking responsibility in general?
It all came back to me whether I have been responsible or not. I agree with. First of all, it's very honest of your friends to admit that they don't want to take up that responsibility.
Yeah,
And yes, every single person involved in aviation has a role to play.
yeah, it's very crucial.
Every single person is important. Whether I've been responsible since the start or no, uh, I wouldn't really say. I would be honest to admit that as a kid growing up, I had my own set of difficulties in being disciplined and being responsible.
Correct.
I've been a very organized person, is what I would say. Like my mind functions better when things are organized.
Correct.
That is my side of the discipline. But even the responsibility bit came in when I stepped into the shoes that required me to be
Yes,
responsible.
that's true.
So it's like you throw the kid into the water and
He
they will
learns to
learn
swim.
to
He'll have
swim.
to,
Yeah.
yeah.
So it was pretty much like that. And I think it was the will to do a good job that made me imbibe all the qualities required for it.
Mm-hmm.
And I still wouldn't count myself to be ideal. Yes, it is good to have all those qualities, but the whole idea that we are moving onto or sort of revealing to ourselves and learning to accept is
Yeah.
that none of us are perfect,
Yeah,
including the most experienced instructors and the most experienced pilots. Nobody is perfect and we all can make mistakes.
correct.
So we have to first be honest with ourselves on that.
But that's very, I won't say like, I'm not getting the right words, but that's very mighty of you almost to say that, with my friends as well, who are in the airlines, they keep on speaking about their captains and they're so mighty and high-headed with their own.
Yeah, it's called a hazardous attitude, like machoism.
Yes,
We teach that in ground school.
correct.
Yeah, so it's bound to come in because you're taking so much responsibility. It has to stem from some place of strength.
Yeah,
But it doesn't have to be machoism. It can very well be,
just confidence in
yeah,
general.
yeah, just confident and normal.
Yeah,
Yeah, but that's where it stems from. So now we know the origin of it. But yeah, it happens, and your commitment to your craft will make you open your mind to the idea of not being machoistic and just being like confident and comfortable.
correct.
Yeah.
So is that why you didn't just maybe settle to be a captain and you then decide that you want to be a line training captain, which is the LTC?
Yeah, it was my reason to become a line training captain was because I wanted to play a role in how pilots came up.
Yeah.
Um, well, you really want healthy pilots in the flight deck if you want to create safer skies. And one of the key elements in creating healthy pilots are good trainers, right? Now, I decided at one point that I don't want to sit on the sidelines and keep complaining about the system being broken or this person not doing their job, that person not doing their job. And then I just decided that I will first try my best to make the change myself. And if that doesn't happen, it's okay. At least I tried.
Yeah.
Uh, until that happens, I don't have the right to sit on the sidelines and say that this didn't work.
Correct.
Or pilots are not good these days, or the system isn't good, training is not good. That's the reason I decided. Once again, did I think that I was capable of being a trainer? 100% no.
Yeah. I think we all start with the no,
Yeah,
and it's just the people who are ready to take
exactly.
the risk and to
Exactly.
discover if that part of you is there or not.
Yeah. You
Yeah.
always rise yourself to the challenge.
Yeah.
The challenge will never come down to your level. You decide and then you just fight your way to it. I decided to become a trainer, and it was only for the sake of doing my bit for pilots coming up and to bring them up better, like to usher them into a better environment. If a trainer is not sensitive towards your confidence levels, towards your requirements, towards where you come from, your background, you are not going to make it you're not going to make a good, healthy pilot.
Yeah, that's
You will
true.
always be released, being underconfident, undermining yourself, having self-doubt, and we don't want that in the flight deck. That doesn't foster a safe environment.
Yeah.
We want pilots to think that they are confident,
Yeah.
that they can do it.
Yeah.
We want them to have a sense of calm, that they are in the right place, they belong there. And for that to happen, you require a lot of positive reinforcements.
Yeah.
You know, as far as being technically sound is concerned, I would consider myself barely there, right? We've done our part in reading all our books, but do we remember everything at all times?
No.
Probably not.
No, not
And
at
it's
all.
okay.
Yeah.
So, keeping the technical part aside, there have been a lot of training flights
Mhm.
where I have just ensured that the trainee gets a good environment,
Mhm.
and I try to boost their confidence, make them feel nice, make them feel relaxed, and they clearly perform way better than their past few flights.
That is very true.
Yeah, so that fosters good performance. If you
It
are in a
does.
good environment, you will do better.
Because it opens your mind to maybe doing what first is training, of course, that you know what
Mm.
you've been trained for, and
Yeah.
sometimes the situations are such that it's not the training that comes in, it's the instinct of yours in
Yes.
that situation key.
Yes.
Because I feel the more you fly the aircraft, you become one body with the aircraft.
Yeah.
Whatever is happening, you feel it yourself. Like you don't
Yeah.
need the instruments to tell you what exactly is happening, you just feel it.
Yeah.
So I think that only comes up, and people or training, like trainees, like even me,
Mm.
I have realized that I have given my checks during my training phase much better with people who haven't I won't say, see, there's a reason also maybe that they might be scolding or maybe must be telling a few opinions or whatever it is. But I have seen that my performance as a trainee, I'm saying, just to validate your point as well,
Yeah.
is it's always better when there is somebody who is acknowledging that, yes, you did make a mistake, not trying to, fabricate it,
Yeah.
but also being like, it's okay.
Yeah.
So maybe during your
Yeah.
trainee, when you were a trainee,
Yeah.
could be during a flying,
Yeah.
training flight times or
Yeah.
during when in the airlines as well. Was there somebody who made an environment for you so safe that then
Yeah.
you were like, okay, you know what? This is what helps me. I know for a fact that this would help a lot of my friends, and that's how you decide, okay, even I have to do it for others.
Absolutely. We all fly with all kinds of people, or we all meet all kinds of people.
Yeah, every flight is different.
Yeah.
That is.
Some show us how to be, and some show us how not to be.
Yeah.
Right? And I've had my share of those experiences. I've worked with people where I ended up performing way better than I thought I could. And then I've also worked with people on days where I felt like I really probably don't know anything and I don't belong here.
Yeah.
So, how can the same person have two different levels of performance or
Correct.
skill levels,
Yeah.
right? You call it a good day or a bad day,
Hmm.
whatever you call it, but there is so much more to it than just you knowing what to do,
Yeah.
right? Uh, all that rests in the hands of the trainer or the captain or your colleague, anybody. But this is one of the responsibilities of a captain when they want to conduct a flight, to provide the right environment for their team as well.
Correct.
And if you do that right, I think most of your job is done. You as a leader don't need to do anything.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just provide your team with the right environment and they take care of everything.
Correct.
Yeah.
That's lovely, or actually, I mean, that's very rare that I hear it, because usually whenever it's just like all the things that I've been maybe hearing, and it's not only what I've been hearing, I've been seeing it in during my flying school days
Yeah.
as well, and even generally during my friends who are in the airlines, when they
Mm.
speak about it, they do make this point very clear that it's never the aircraft, it's the pilot who's flying the aircraft.
Yeah.
And I think the best part of you only comes out with people who want to see the best part of you, and
Absolutely.
not just show that, okay, I am better than you
Yeah.
because I'm a captain and you are whatever. So okay, coming to like the fun. Okay, no, yeah, coming to the fun part of it.
Okay.
What was like that one flight that maybe just changed your entire perspective on aviation or like flying in general?
Change my entire perspective towards aviation.
Yeah.
Ah. There are these flights where people really want to be where they want to be. Or rather, okay, there are some flights when we carry somebody's, like somebody's passed away and they have to be cremated in their hometown. So the family travels with the body in the flight.
Correct.
That makes you think for a moment that, this is also what we do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is something a lot of people don't really talk about in our
Yeah.
job arena. That's what I've seen a lot.
Yeah. Then there was, with my previous organization, we used to operate a flight from Bombay to Ras Al Khaimah.
Okay.
This was a freighter,
Okay.
and freighters are airplanes that are converted to carry cargo.
Yeah.
Okay. The entire passenger cabin has one giant door that opens hydraulically, and then you can put like big chunks of cargo in it.
Mm-hmm.
And take a wild guess what the cargo was. for this flight daily. Normally, cargo flights are variable cargo, like on booking basis, whatever you want to send.
Okay.
Maybe it's a tech consignment from Singapore,
Was it
or
some kind of like an expensive car?
you would want, like, you would, yeah, that's the first thing that would come to your mind with a
Yeah,
Middle Eastern cargo consignment.
yeah.
But no, sadly, it was 1,200 goats
What?
live.
What?
Yeah.
You had that flight experience?
Imagine you're flying the aircraft and there are 1,200 goats running around in the
Oh my God. But like,
cargo.
were they kept
Caged.
like something, right?
There were cages, yes. They were caged, but you can hear them, right?
Yuck. I don't know if
You
I
can
would
hear
ever
them,
want
you
to.
can smell them.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
You know, that is an experience I've never ever heard
it's
anybody
a
in
funny
aviation.
experience.
It is a very
Experience.
funny
Yeah.
experience. But like, did you have, you've had a lot of years of flying. Do you ever have, see, because I'm trying to extract that experience out of you right
Yeah.
now, where you were like, okay, shit has actually gone down. Where
Hmm.
you felt like, okay, you know what, it's either now or never. It's either
Right.
one right decision or just like nothing at all.
Yeah. So there have been these days as well, which teach you that avoidance is better than cure.
Okay, yes, yeah.
Like, I'm trying to remember a saying that one of my ground instructors shared with us.
Mm-hmm.
I think it went this way. He said that superior pilots are the ones who use their superior knowledge in such a way that they do not have to use their superior skills.
Okay, that's deep. It's taking me a while to register what
Yeah,
you've
it
just
just
said,
means that
but it does
you,
make sense.
yes, you would want to have superior skills, but you should never be in a position to
Use them.
use those skills.
Correct.
So you use your knowledge to avoid situations instead of
Yeah.
get inside them so
I
that
think
you have to
that's
use
where
your
again
skills.
the macho personality that you're talking about so much comes in.
Probably, yeah,
Yeah,
it
where
is a
you're
part
like,
of the,
yeah, where
yeah,
you're like, you know, I really don't want to show my person because that's what, like, even when during my podcast, something what I had said that in aviation, it's not just you, it's a lot of other situations, it's a lot of other circumstances which are not in your hand,
yeah,
and you can't always bank on the fact that you'll be able to control or manage everything that's around you. So it
yeah,
could be like a very bad weather, which you can see that
yeah,
you can avoid, but
yeah,
maybe some people or they make a decision to just like maybe go through with
yeah,
it.
that's true. It can also happen unknowingly,
Yeah,
just to close, like, widen the scope of that.
yeah,
It's not always a macho attitude that gets you into such situations. Maybe ignorance, distraction, anything, right,
correct.
can also lead you into these situations.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, there are these days when you feel like should have avoided this one, shouldn't have been in this. Okay, fine, like you managed well,
Yeah, but not again.
not
Never
again. Yeah,
again.
shouldn't be in this again.
That's true. And
Yeah,
like, what do you think are maybe with your family or with your friends who are not in aviation?
yeah,
What kind of misconception do they have? A, first about aviation in general,
yeah.
and second, when they you know picture how a captain's life would be, how is it different from what it actually is?
Right. So the biggest misconception, which, I mean, I'm glad that there is now this platform, and a lot of people who are slightly more aware would, if they thought about it, they would agree. But yes, for everyone, uh, when a flight gets delayed, it's not the fault of the people you see. You
Yeah,
know,
it's never in the forefront.
the
Yeah,
the staff at the boarding gate, the staff at the check-in counter, your cabin crew, your pilots, none of those people are at fault. Mostly the flight is delayed for a few common reasons like air traffic control. Like if there's traffic at the on the street and like you're stuck at a traffic jam, you would not shout at your driver, right?
yeah,
Like,
that's
it's
a
so
very good
illogical.
analogy. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
You would not shout at anyone. It's just unfortunate that there's traffic.
Yeah,
Like if many airplanes ended up at the same destination at the same time, then there is
there's
going to
bound to
be
be
traffic.
traffic.
And
Yeah,
why did they end up over there at the same time? Maybe the weather delayed them, or maybe another reason, which is not in our control at all. So to sum it up, it is never under anybody's control when there's a delay. In fact, sometimes there's a delay due to a technical reason.
yeah.
So we should thank God that there is that delay, because the day the airline dispatches an airplane without fixing a technical problem, just so that you can get your destination on time, sorry, like
Yeah, actually
yeah,
risking a lot of
yeah,
other
you're
things.
risking your own life, like you'd rather reach there late than never, right?
Safely and late than
Yeah,
like early, and maybe you might never reach as well. I mean, that could
absolutely.
happen a lot of times.
Absolutely. So technical delays are there, and we should just be patient and understand that this is the nature of flying.
Yeah,
These are very sophisticated machines, and they require to be kept in a certain environment. with some standards. So those technical standards need to be met and complied with, and that happens. We should understand that. And why do so many people get worked up is because as a country we've started flying very recently.
Yeah.
The common middle class of this country has not been flying for the past 5-6 decades.
Correct.
Maybe the past 2.5 decades to be, at most. So I think now we're at the right age to now be mature about flying as well.
Yeah.
All these years we were learning more and more about it. Now we are comfortable navigating airport security, check-in.
Correct.
These were new concepts to us, and we used to get worked up about it. Now I see people have their own mannerisms at airports. They have their own habits, and they get there on time. Some prefer web check-in, some prefer traveling light, some prefer getting them there like 2 hours early so that they are comfortable. So you understood this part. Now please understand that when there's a delay or a disruption, it's not in the hands of the staff that is over there.
Correct.
Please have some empathy towards the people who are trying to facilitate a comfortable service to you. The last thing somebody who's working in aviation would want is for you to have an unpleasant experience.
Yeah.
Please understand their sentiment, where they come from. They work from a place of passion. They work from a place of discipline and commitment. And the last thing they deserve is, insult and
I know
yelling.
there's a lot
and
of thing that's been happening, and I think that's something that is very important to put forward, because I feel
Yeah.
what as normal citizens of the country who are not into aviation, who don't know the inside outs of it, they feel like, okay, we've paid a huge amount so that we reach at a particular destination in this
Yeah.
stipulated period of time.
Yeah.
But I think what they don't understand is, even otherwise, if they're traveling by road,
Yeah.
the delay is there.
It can be
If you
there.
are
Yeah.
traveling by train, it might just get derailed
Yeah.
if it has to, or any
Yeah.
delay can happen.
Yeah.
So same goes with flight as well.
Absolutely.
But I think the only thing is, I'm not trying to blame the media, but I think it's just the fact that people have been posting a lot about this than that. And I think that's why people are getting so hyped up about that
Yeah.
issue as well.
Yeah.
And what about the fact that, like, when you did become a captain,
Mhm.
what are the things that people expect, or not even expect, or just assume like that's what your lifestyle might be, but what is it
Right,
actually
yeah,
like?
that aspect, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it is a common misconception that we have a very like flamboyant lifestyle. But if you have a flamboyant lifestyle, then it won't last for too long, sadly.
Yeah.
Like you're either your health, you run out of health, or your money, or like your job itself,
Yeah.
because the job requires a very disciplined lifestyle. If you want to last long, you better live a very basic, humble life or a simple life. Um, be very mindful about how you decide or how much you decide to sort of enjoy your life. But on a day-to-day basis, on a roster pattern, it is supposed to be extremely disciplined. Like we are expected to get to work maybe at a 3 a.m. or a 4 a.m. sometimes, 100% alert,
Yeah.
and ready to take on any challenge that may come our way. By God's grace, now technology is good enough for flights to be safe, but that does not take away from the fact that we're supposed to be prepared to take on anything that comes at 4 a.m. in the night. For that, you require a good amount of rest, which means you should have gone off to bed by 6 p.m. or 8 p.m. or whatever.
My God,
right?
that's never
So,
happened. Yeah.
yeah, who falls asleep at that time?
Nobody does. Like, that's
Yeah.
what the sleep cycle is, something that
Yeah.
gets really messed up. But I think that's
Exactly.
something that you have to just, it doesn't come with age. Like now, age in the sense like age that you've been in the airlines, like the
Mhm.
kind of time that you've spent in the airlines, does that come with it?
Thank you for being polite about it.
No. I just want to be very,
It's
very
okay.
sure of what I'm trying to say, what I'm trying to convey. Like, I'm sure if I,
With
like,
time, you're
yeah,
saying
I
that
think, yeah, with
sense kicks
time,
in that you need to rest,
correct,
prioritize. Okay, that happened with me on a very big scale after I became a captain.
Okay.
To be absolutely candid and honest, as a first officer, yes, I did take rest, but did I at times compromise on it? Yes, because there was always at the back of your head that thought that you have a captain you're flying with.
कुछ होगा तो संभाल लेंगे.
And that's not ideal now thinking back, but that probably gives a yes to your question that yeah, it happens with age in aviation.
Age
Like
in
with
aviation.
time, yeah. Age in general also.
Age in general, but like
Yeah.
age in aviation as
But
well.
age in aviation.
Yeah.
Also. Yeah.
But like, say, when you every student,
Yeah.
I would call them as your student, because even if they are your first officers, you can
Yeah.
maybe you call them as your colleague, right?
Yeah.
Or just like a first officer.
Captain. You address each other as captain. Yes.
Do you still do? Is that okay to address?
100%.
Because a lot of times when people try to call me captain, I'm like, listen, I have not earned it yet. Do not call me that.
True, but in the flight deck, we generally call each other captain. Like I always address first officer as captain.
Okay.
It's a very respectable way to address someone, and one day they will become a captain. But if anything were to happen to me, they would be the captain of the flight.
Correct.
They are second in command.
Correct.
Yeah, it's a polite way to address each other.
Mm-hmm. So, but like, everybody is different. The way, to say, even in school, a lot of the times, that this person needs to be taught delicately or this person needs to be taught harshly. So, how do you deal with like different kind of people when you are training them?
I have very, I mean, there are many ways to justify harsh behavior, but I would disagree with that. Now, there are a lot of people. You're saying that some people understand in a polite way. Those are the people who probably have something missing in their knowledge or their skill. The people who require harsh treatment, you might want to address the ones that have a bad attitude.
Yeah.
Right?
That's
So that's
another
how
way of
we
saying it.
categorize
Correct.
your, like, to do any job for any person, they require the knowledge, the skill, and the attitude to perform that job well.
Yeah.
Right? KSA. So we train people based on that. Knowledge and skill can be taught, and attitude can also be taught, but in a different manner. And largely, attitude is role modeled, or it has to be brought from home.
Correct.
But having said that, harsh treatment is never the answer. One can always be extremely assertive and polite as well. It just has to be highlighted accordingly. That's my way of thinking. Because someone who has a bad attitude, harsh treatment would only validate their ideas, right?
Yeah. That
They'll
does
be
make
like,
sense.
see, I was right.
Yeah.
These people are the way I think they are.
Correct.
But at this, like, on the other hand, if you are polite and assertive with them, somebody who has a bad attitude would be like, for the first time, someone's been honest with me.
Correct.
Yeah.
So,
This person
like,
genuinely
did
cares about
your
me.
training to be an LTC, did that involve a lot of knowing about or knowledge about psychology of people in
Yeah.
general?
Yeah.
Because I can see that it
Yeah.
only comes. I mean, it not everything can be on the books or by the books.
Yeah.
You can't categorize everybody into maybe like three different categories. It needs to be with maybe experience with how they're showing up for that particular flight. Maybe they are not inherently like that, but for that flight, for that moment,
Yeah.
things might change a little bit, or they might
Yeah.
try to put a cover or
Yeah.
something like that.
Yeah. True.
Yeah. So like you are also a TTT,
Train the
train the
trainer.
trainers. Yeah. Can
Yeah.
you explain the
Yes.
audience what that is?
Yes. So, for anybody to become an instructor in their field, they require to undergo a course called Train the Trainer.
Yeah.
Where it doesn't involve the subject matter that they have to bring from home. Like, they have to know that, that's why they are there. So it's not the what to, but the how to. Like, how to be an instructor.
Yeah.
Is what is covered under the TTT course, where we cover everything. So the knowledge, skill, and the attitude required to be an instructor is taught in the TTT.
Okay.
Yeah. So I have recently been qualified to conduct these courses.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much. It's still a journey. I'm still learning, and sadly, the only way to be effective at it is to walk the talk.
Yeah.
Like, every single thing I teach, I'm
Is
supposed
what
to
you-
implement,
correct.
believe in. I believe in everything, yes, but are we able to implement everything on a daily basis? It's difficult.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's why I say it's a journey.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what we do in TTT, and it involves exactly what you were suspecting. It's borderline like psychology.
Yeah.
It is psychology, but specific to a trainer.
Correct. So, like, as in your many years of flying, there are obviously a lot of situations that are not in your control, but which, according to you, is personally for you the most difficult to handle. Like, I'll give you situations. Like, it could be maybe that your first officer is not competent enough, or if it's some management issue, or if it's some sort of a weather issue, or could be like a personal issue. Like when you're sitting inside the cockpit, either of these things, if they happen, what is the worst thing for you to handle? Like this is like, "Arey, ye ho gaya to matlab abhi I don't know how it's going to be."
I think every single situation has some basic laid down guidelines. So those just have to be followed, and it's easy.
Correct.
Right?
Yeah.
everything becomes difficult when you're not in the right state of mind yourself. Like if you've had a long day, or you're preoccupied, or yeah, so if you're in the right state of mind, then there's a laid down set of guidelines to follow in every situation. Just have to follow those and do what is needed.
Correct.
And you will have the energy and the bandwidth to take care of everything.
Correct.
Yeah. But if it happens at, let's say, at 2:30 a.m. in the night when you're just about to land
Yeah.
and go home,
Then that's like a good flight to have because you're like just about to land.
yeah, but then now something comes up, and this is your fourth sector.
Yeah.
You
Maybe like a
started at
diversion or something like that, and then you're like, oh God,
exactly,
God, this
or
is not happening
terrible
right now.
weather, for example, or somebody who's sick on board. Okay, sick on board, you land immediately, so that gets done.
Yeah.
But but your
Yeah.
job's not done. You have to take care of the person and all.
Correct.
But let's say, yeah, the diversion is the best example. If you've done 4 sectors and the last sector, there is a name for this also. It comes under the hazardous attitude, so it's called get homeitis.
Okay.
Yeah,
We're
like you
very
just
eager
want to
to
go
get
home.
home and you can mess up a
Yeah.
lot of
So you're
things.
in a hurry.
Yeah.
You tend to cut corners in procedure, in safety. Yeah, and this when something comes up at this point, you are supposed to divert. You may have a tendency to take the wrong decisions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think we've covered like most of the things which I want to ask you.
Mhm.
But to end it, you tell
Yeah.
me something. If you had to maybe advise your younger Vivek self, what would you had in the aviation segment?
I think just a little bit of reassurance that things will work out.
Yeah.
Like don't be a bad day will pass just as fast as a good day will. So
Correct.
just keep going. Things turned out well. It's okay.
Nobody
Yeah.
opened another question for me
Yeah.
because I have a lot of questions
Yeah.
usually.
Yeah.
That is something, see, again, that is
Mhm.
something you're saying it's very true and it's
Mhm.
easier to say it once it's passed. But
Mhm.
when you're in the moment,
When you're in the moment,
how do
yeah.
you like cater to that emotional need?
You find a way. It's the same example or a metaphor as just being thrown into the water and now you
Yeah.
figure it out.
Correct.
That's how most of us learn, unfortunately, how life works,
Correct.
There's answers to every single question under the sun out there.
Mm-hmm.
But do you apply those answers?
No.
No.
Yeah, I think you can read n number of books, but are you able to apply
Exactly.
any of them?
So only when that situation comes up is when you look for answers, and depending on where those answers come from, the situation works accordingly.
Correct.
Yeah. So it's called building resilience.
Yeah.
Like you
And I
become
think only
resilient.
life teaches you. Nobody
Yeah.
can teach you that.
Yeah.
And for the newly aspiring pilots,
Yeah.
I'm also one of them.
You're one of them.
Like even though I'm just on the verge of getting into an airline, I still feel like I'm starting from sub-zero. Like every step, I feel like I'm starting from sub-zero. So what is something that you would like to advise? Because there are a lot of us.
There's a lot of you. Yes.
You have
It's a
seen
good
that.
thing. It's a good thing. So what I like is how aware your lot is.
Yeah.
With every generation that gets better, right? Like with access to technology, information, people, every generation has to be better than the previous one and is also like that's human nature, human evolution. You guys are far more evolved and better than the previous generation. I'm talking about the one before me, not mine. We were good.
Correct.
Just kidding. But you
Yeah.
guys are doing great. Just remember to stay humble
Yeah.
when things work out.
Correct.
Yeah, don't lose yourself with the idea of like like I'm a pilot now, so
Yeah.
I have the license to look at everyone from the sky.
Yeah. Oh
You
wow,
know,
that's a good way of saying it.
but don't forget that that's where you came from,
Yeah.
and that's where you'll go.
Correct.
So just be humble and do your work. Don't be stressed about anything. Yeah, but that's such generic advice, right?
Yeah, that's a
You
generic
can find
advice.
that anywhere.
No, but maybe like your experience, you must have seen something.
Right.
Or you must be like, यार ये बोलना था उसको, ये ज़्यादा ज़रूरी था उसको बोलना.
I would say, yeah, okay, very important now. Yes, when you do not have a pleasant day at work because somebody else has been harsh with you.
Yeah.
I say this with a lot of caution because all my colleagues are now trainers, right? And I know where they come from. Nobody means any harm when they are harsh to a trainee.
Correct.
Let's first establish that fact. Anyone who's harsh to a trainee is almost unintentional. Like they only realize this after the day has passed that they were probably a bit more harsh because they are so engaged or fixated on driving that message home or ensuring that the trainee learns. They almost take it upon themselves as their responsibility that learning happens.
Correct.
And because the environment is so safety critical that they have pressure of responsibility and the compulsion to teach or the decision to teach.
Correct.
Now that is what gives the outcome of that harsh treatment. So it comes from a good place, but some of us can also, get scarred with someone who doesn't know when to stop yelling.
Yeah.
Right? So this is for those people. You've never been in that environment, and you may just shut down. Like a lot of people, this is one of the responses to aggressive behavior, that they shut down.
Yeah.
They are unable to function.
Correct.
And things only go downhill from there.
I'm one of them. Yeah.
It's most of us are,
Yeah.
right? Figure out a way to deal with that. Don't take it to your heart. That day or that treatment or that behavior does not speak of your performance, right? You are in that seat because you've been through a process that has been time tested over decades by thousands of people. You've been through the checks and procedures and trainings and a laundry list of filters to find yourself in that seat, which means that you know what you require to know.
You're actually getting me teary.
Okay.
It's so inspirational.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry
Go
about
on,
that.
go on.
Yeah. So you know what you need to know to be in that seat.
Yeah.
That makes 50% of your performance. The other 50% is your confidence.
Yeah.
And your confidence, I always say, is your responsibility.
Yeah.
Don't let somebody decide that. Also goes to say that if you find a trainer who's like Santa Claus and is blowing sunshine up your behind, don't take that home as well.
Okay.
That's what I meant by being humble.
Yeah.
So when you are doing well, be humble. When you are doing bad, just because one person said so, gauge it, like take it home and think whether that applied to you really or not.
Yeah.
Is there evidence to support that claim?
Correct.
Be real with yourself and ask, okay, was I not prepared and I didn't know this? Was he right or she right? Fair.
Okay.
Right? Take that feedback.
Yeah.
Throw it's like a gift.
Harshness out.
We call criticism a gift, by the way.
Okay.
And criticism is a gift. So you have to throw away the wrapper. When you get a gift, what do you do with the wrapper?
Throw it away.
Yeah. So don't worry about how it came to you. If the gift is useful, keep it. If it is not useful, throw it. Or do whatever you want.
That's a very good analogy, which I
Yeah.
think only I could have gotten from a person like you. I mean, it does speak with a lot of flying experiences, flying hours that you have. Not again going to quote the age.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, the flying hours that you
Yeah.
have, and the training that you've done to even be eligible enough to speak such great words, like
Thank you.
as an LTC, as a TTT, and all of that. So there is definitely going to be a part two, because I will be getting in front of you guys why this side of him comes out so naturally. And thank you so much to
Thank
be
you.
on this
Thank you.
podcast, but you'll be staying for the next one, though.
Okay.